All right, we're getting another piece of breaking news. According to MEA sources, there was no reference to trade in recent high-level discussions between Indian and US officials following Operation Sindoor. US Vice President J.D. Vance spoke with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on May 9, while Secretary Marco Rubio held talks with External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on May 8th and 10th, and with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval on May 10th. This clarification comes in the wake of former US President Donald Trump's claim that India-Pakistan ceasefire was prompted by US denying trade access to both countries. However, Indian officials have dismissed this, affirming that no trade-related issues were discussed in any of the conversations. My colleague Siddhant Mishra is with us on the phone line. Siddhant, tell us about this piece of breaking news.
Well, yes, that's right, Arun. And in fact, now sources in the government of India are telling us that perhaps this is in context with what President Trump has just said in a televised statement, which he has issued this evening, perhaps again taking credit of the understanding that has been reached between India and Pakistan, and perhaps saying that, I'm the first one to use trade as a tool. So in that context, perhaps the sources are telling CNN News 18 that India rebuts US claims. In fact, after Operation Sindoor has commenced, J.D. Vance spoke to Prime Minister Modi on 9th May. Secretary Rubio spoke to EAM on 8th May and on 10th May, and to NSA on 10th May. And there was no reference to trade in any of these discussions. So there was no reference to trade made by either of the sides in any of the conversations. Perhaps Indian government is also surprised that why President Trump has made such a statement today, televised this statement. Perhaps when the event was something else where he was speaking, but he again tried taking credit for the understanding that has been reached between India and Pakistan. Also, there's a reason to it because his MAGA supporters love to see their leaders cracking deals and locking deals, and he couldn't get one since he becoming the president of the United States. As far as Europe is concerned, war is still going on. As far as Israel is concerned, there was a ceasefire announced, but perhaps that ceasefire has also collapsed. So he was looking for an opportunity where he can take credit, perhaps, and this is nothing but he's taking credit for nothing that the United States has done as far as understanding between the two sides is concerned. Pakistan was rattled after the strikes that India conducted on 10th morning on its air bases and military bases, and perhaps after which they came down on their knees and perhaps BGMO calls were initiated. That's the fact, and perhaps that's the full story. Back.
All right, Siddhant. So Indian government is clarifying this, that there was no talks with the US officials, whether it is the Secretary of State Marco Rubio or any other official, about the trade-related issues. Thank you, Siddhant. Thank you so much for this update.
Network 18 decimates Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.